Hello G.I. Joe fans, it's Brucifer. I'm bringing you another G.I. Joe toy review. Today I've got something that everybody and their little brother had, the Cobra Battle Barge. So we'll start with the front of the box here. There's an action scene of the Battle Barge, and we have the Techno Viper and the Hydro Viper and a Toxo Viper, the Leaky Supercade, in action on the Battle Barge, defending the waters of Cobra Island, I suppose. In the corner here is a sticker for the free Super Trooper, which I actually have one. Probably not the greatest looking figure, but I do like his shield, so that's pretty cool about the Super Trooper. So yeah, there's your typical action scene showing it floating on water, which I'm not sure if it floats on water. I'm not really going to try, but I would highly doubt it, especially if you had 3 figures in there. The size of your box and the bottom are your usual affair, just the same picture from the front. And then we go to the back here, and there's the more detailed image of the Battle Barge. And it says, the first line of defense for Cobra Island. The Battle Barge detects attackers with the long-range radar and then finishes them off with major firepower. So basically what it's saying is that these float around Cobra Island, and it has a huge radar that would detect any incoming, enemies. And then, of course, once the enemies get close to the battle barges, they would use the guns and attack the enemies. So it's kind of like a first line of defense, early warning, early attack kind of vehicle. And I did notice that it does say up here in the corner that it floats. So maybe it does float. I'm not going to try it because I don't want my stickers to fall off. It's the only one I have. But I will assume that it doesn't float. I mean, it's flat bottom, and maybe it does. I don't know. I don't think it does. But maybe somebody that has one can tell me if it floats or not. So I do believe that when this was released, it was right around the $3 or $4 price range. And what's cool about that is basically for the same price of a figure, you could get a small vehicle. So if you were a kid, maybe you didn't have a lot of money or just a few dollars on you, you could still get a vehicle for a good price. And I really wish the G.I. Joes nowadays had vehicles close to that price point as the same as a figure. But, I mean, other than the Target stuff being $10, our vehicles start at $15, so maybe no such luck in this day and age, but I can still hope for great prices. And here we have the Battle Barge itself, a great little compact vehicle here, and it's really cool because it actually holds 3 figures. It doesn't just have pegs for 3 figures. It actually seats 1, 2, 3 figures, and they have their own little station each one. Something to take note, this was offered as a mail-in exclusive for a few years. A good way to tell the difference is the stickers. Now, the original boxed version has a clear Cobra sticker, where the mail-in exclusive will have what's a white sticker, so it'll be white. So that's the way to tell the difference if it matters to you. Maybe the completionists out there need, one of each version. Something else I saw that is really interesting is this was released, I believe, in Argentina or Brazil, but repainted in Sergeant Slaughter Marauder colors. So I think that's really cool, and I'd like to get a hold of one of those, actually, because I like Slaughter's Marauders, and to have a vehicle for Slaughter's Marauders like this would be kind of neat. So we didn't get that here in America, but they did somewhere down south, so lucky them. So in the center here we have the radar dish, which is really one big dish, and then 4 little kind of satellite smaller dishes here, and that rotates, of course, all the way around. And then the 3 pivoting guns. The guns can go 360, but it'd be hard for anybody on this area to really shoot it this way. Probably shoot their own guy. And they do pivot up and down, like so. But these do come off very, very easily. So pivoting it too far will just make the thing snap right off. Pretty durable vehicle. It'd be really hard to break. The plastic isn't really hard. It's kind of soft, so you don't have to worry about it breaking, but you would have to worry about it bending depending on how you store it. There's some great detail here on the actual barge itself on the inside. Little control panels in here that show off some really nice detail, and then little like wind turbines or whatnot here, maybe to help it float or move. And then of course the big Cobra sticker that says Battle Barge. So there's some of the detail there. Now let's load this thing up with some figures and see what it looks like loaded up. So here it is all loaded up. I've got Techno Viper here firing off in the distance. I've got Crocmaster driving here, And then if we come around, I've got, sorry about that. I've got Darklon here because he was readily available, so I picked him up real quick, and he's kind of pointing off in the distance there, ready to fire maybe at a jet or something. So there you have it, the Cobra Battle Barge. Great little vehicle. For you collectors out there, anybody that maybe wants to get a hold of one who doesn't have one yet, don't expect to pay too much for this in a completed state. I wouldn't pay any more than $10. I think $5 is a fair deal because there are so many of these out there. For a boxed version, something unopened in the box, I'm not really sure. It's probably too much for any of the buy it now auctions. Then people tend to charge too much, but just keep an eye out for a good deal. And I hope you guys enjoy this vehicle as much as I do. It's great for setting up, by the way, if you want to set it up maybe somewhere as display it. This makes a great display piece just because it is so easy to display and you can fit 3 figures in it. So there it is, the Cobra Battle Barge. Now you know, and no one's half the battle.